How you all doing? It's been a while. That's due to bereavement in the close family. Yes, I've had a few weeks rest. I've explained the situation to Rob with the Triumph Tiger, and he totally understands and is very appreciative of the work I'm doing. So yes, anyway, without further ado, let's get cracking on with Rob's Tiger. So what we're going up to in this video, changing the front wheel bearings. Right, so we've checked the headstock bearings, we've checked the swing-on bearings, we've checked the rear wheel bearings. When I've come to the front wheel bearings, we've got a problem. When you wobble the handlebars, the problem becomes really apparent. If you put your thumb on these two joints here, you can feel it moving. So that front wheel bearing needs replacing. So we need a 22mm spanner or socket. And then, like me, you will soon find out you cannot remove the wheel without removing the brake calipers first. And the two bolts on each caliper is a 12mm spanner or socket. I just used a socket and a speed brace to do mine. Yes, although you can't see me on the camera, but I am on the other side of the wheel, undoing the other brake caliper. And now we can easily roll the wheel forward away from the forks. And now we can place the wheel on a couple of 4x4s, so we're protecting the brake discs from my brand new carpet. First thing we have to do is remove the dust seals. I just use a small spanner as a bridge, and then a screwdriver to hook under the dust seal and prise it out. And on the other side I just remove the dust seal with a socket as a spacer and pry it out with a screwdriver. And on this side there is a giant circlip. My circlip pliers are a bit worn out, so I do use the aid of a flathead screwdriver and end up destroying the circlip. But don't worry, I have a nice new shiny one to replace it with. And now we can use a drift to drive the bearing out from the other side. As you can see, the bearings look pretty rough. Don't sound very nice. In fact, they don't spin very freely at all. And I don't know if you can see, but there is a bit of movement on them. That's that one. There's a lot of movement on that one. And I'll just try to explain this in case anybody's trying to do this, but I know that's not the proper spacer, but that goes in the wheel. As you know, that goes in the wheel that side, that goes in the wheel that side, and in between them there's a spacer. Then when you tighten your spindle on the wheel, these two wheel bearings crush together onto the spacer. Just let me move the spacer out of the way for a minute. Just imagine the spacer is still there. When you put your drift in, because the spacer's in the way, you've got nothing to hook onto. And this is the drift I use, so I put a bit of a burr on it to help grab onto the edge of the bearing. Because basically you've got your space on like that, and then when you look down there, there is nothing for your drift to grab onto. But if you persevere, keep hitting what you can hit, it will gradually start to move. So then you'll be able to push the spacer out of the way, so it's to one side of the bearing like that. Then you'll be able to get a good whack with the hammer onto your drift and drift the bearing out. Oh God, I'm not very good at explaining stuff. Hope that all makes sense. Right, so that's the spacer, and as you can see, really rusty. That's the actual bearings. Right, so I'm going to try and pull the bearings in rather than hammer them in. I've got a big disc, I've got a bolt, and I've got a small disc. Here we've got the wheel bearing. Oh, here we've got a nut. So firstly I've just got to put the bolt through the big disc, get the wheel, put the bolt with the big disc through the wheel, turn it round, get the wheel bearing, doesn't matter which way round you put it in. Try to line it up on the walls, get your small disc, then get your nut, get 2 spanners, one for either side. Then hopefully it'll compress into the wheel. That was going in nicely until threads went. When you do this, try not to get a weird threaded bolt so your nut doesn't fit properly and it rips off the threads. I'll just use this threaded bar for now. I don't want to cut it because I want to keep the length. Hello.
Hello.
Careful.
Did you want a copy?
No, I've just had one, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, well, you made one, I made one.
I was going to say, you got one. Who's making some kind
Then of course, when you get some threaded bar, it doesn't fit into the small flange washer. Bear with me, I'll be back in a bit. That's it. Remove the nut. Remove the big plate washer. Remove the rod. That's that side nicely in. Right, let's see how many attempts we need at this. God, he just loves screaming kids on a Sunday morning. It's a bit harder than it looks. That's it. That's it, that's that side done. Okay, so make sure we don't forget to put the spacer in. I've got to give it a good coating of grease to stop it rusting again. You can put that in there. Like so. Get the final bearing. Line that up in there. Like so. We can push the bar through. Put the nut on, and away we go. There we go, that's it. Slacken it back off. There we go. Okay, so we can put the speedo drive in. Put a bit of grease on it. Slot that in there. What to do is sealing, just fill that with grease around the canal there. There we go. We can put the seal in the other side. Grease around the canal. There we go. Now we've just got to get the wheel back on. We could put some fresh grease in the speedo drive. Let's pop that up there for now. the wheel into place. There we go. And give the spindle a bit of grease. Okay, so we can get the speedo into place. There's a spacer on the other side. A bit of grease on that. Plop that in. Get the spindle ready. Line this up and get it back in. Make sure the speedo drive goes into the stopper. Tap that through. Oops. There we go. Now we'll squash the nut a bit, and that's with a rubber hammer. Put the washers back on. Put the nut back on. And the front wheel spindle torque setting is 60 Newton meters. There we go. Now we've just got to get the brakes back on. And just push the brake caliper back on. Line the bolts up. Torque those up. Now let's do the other side. Get this side back on. Try to line the pads up. Let's give it a tap to go in. Line the bolts up again. Bottom one. Okay, so the brake caliper bolt torque settings are 25 Newton meters. And that is not a lot. There we go. And if we go back up to the handlebars and give them a wobble, all the tools fall off. Hey, there's no noise there whatsoever. Perfect. So there you go. Front wheel bearing done.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun, as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. Now the morning is the afternoon. We lay awake in bed. The laughs so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it